What's up, guys? It's Game Walkthroughs 22 here, and I'm doing another Tech Deck Dude video. I know I did a video on my Zoods back in, geez, when was it? Was it like 2019, I think, or was it 2020? I can't remember. I think it was 2019, and I didn't have that many back then, but at this point, I have almost all of them. There's still, I think, like 10 more that I need. So while I did get rid of most of my dude collection, I didn't get rid of my Zoods because these are just really small. They're really easy to just keep in a bag, and just probably not the best idea to keep them in a bag because they get to like scratch up. That's a mistake I made with my dude collection. I had them all in Ziploc bags, and they rubbed up against each other, and they left like paint marks. And what was even worse was I had them all like on top of each other when I had them stored in my attic. The bags were really heavy. They were like full to the top just with dudes. And some of them got bent because there was so much pressure on top of them, so much weight. So that was a huge mistake that I made. The Zoods, I guess this is kind of showing my updated collection, but I can also say that I know every Zood now. That's something I couldn't say like 6.5 years ago, but I now know every Zood and all their names. I can tell you which ones I still need because I know exactly which ones I still need. I guess, I don't know if I'm really going to tell you all their names because there's a lot here, but, I guess, so we have Blazer, who is the Zood of Mort, Freedom, the Zood of Arnie, Azrael. There's 5 different variants. I have all 5 variants. The Zood of Simon, Roscoe, the Zood of Woody. I have all 5 variants. Mr. Dell, the Zood of Chic. I did have all 5 variants, but I'm missing, I don't know what happened to my red Mr. Dell. I have no idea what happened to him. I'm gonna try to get another one. Thankfully, that's one of the more common ones, but I don't know what happened to him. But yeah, there's 5 different variants of Mr. Dell. Gamma, the Zood of Lump. Let's see. Fuzzy, the Zood of Booger. Connery, the Zood of Henry. DJ, the Zood of Trey. There are 2 more DJs that I need. I am missing the one with a silver collar and the one with a red collar. That one's pretty common. I just never managed to get that one, but those are 2 that I still need. Let's see. Zion, the Zood of Rasta. Burley, the Zood of Laszlo. I think I mentioned that my very first Zood I ever got was Burley. I got Laszlo for my 15th birthday. I remember getting that one. Let's see. Eddie, the Zood of Theodore. Wilder, the Zood of Frankenfinger. Butch, the Zood of Eddie. I have all 5 Butches. Not really much to say, but Mitch, the Zood of what's his name? J-Dub. There are 2 more Mitches that I need, or wait, is there I think there's one more actually. It's the one with the yellow shirt. That one's the rarest. Benedict, the Zood of Cluckers. I have all 5 variants. Cheddar, the Zood of Mad Hatter. There's another Mitch, the one with the green shirt. Morty, the Zood of Bomber. Petro, the Zood of Mikey. And I have all 5 variants. There's another Butch. I'm not sure why some of the variants of the Series 1 figures / Zoods are really hard to find. I have no idea. My guess is they had a limited run and then they just got rare over time. I have no idea. Here's another variant of DJ. This one with the yellow collar. That one's really rare. Another Roscoe. Another Benedict. Another Azrael. This is a rare variant of Azrael. Not the rarest one. The rarest variant of Azrael is definitely this one. This one is very hard to find, and unfortunately he is missing his magnet. I don't know if I'll ever get this one replaced because this one's just so hard to find. Ox, the Zood of Ralph. Banks, the Zood of Rod. I have all 5 variants. Ravage, the Zood of Petey. Boogaloo, the Zood of Turbo. There's another Benedict. Another Butch. This is a rare variant. Another Benedict. Sorry, some of these are not in focus. I'm going through these quick because I have so many. Azrael, another Azrael. It's a rare variant of Azrael. Another Banks. Karloff, the Zood of Finger Tut. There are 2 more Karloffs that I need. Or wait, is there one more? I think there's 2 more. It's the bright apple green one and the what's the other one? I think the drab olive green, I think, are the 2 that I still need. Let's see. Spitz, the Zood of Snake. There are 2 more Spits I need. Eclipse, the Zood of Bull. Aztec Bull. Another Petro. Another Banks. This is a really rare Zood. Cam, the Zood of Tech. Click, the Zood of Manga. There's another Benedict. I think this... Oh, I have a double of this one. There's another Karloff. Filch, the Zood of Bernie. Brutus, the Zood of Rex. Vinny, the Zood of Jimmy. Kix, the Zood of Cheeto. This is a really rare one. Oh, I do have the drab olive green Karloff. This is a really rare. I think this is... No, the rarest Karloff is definitely the bright apple green one, which I have seen for sale before, but missed out on it. RBI, the Zood of Homer. Fang, the Zood of Fenglong. There's another Banks. Spitz. There's Spitz. Ping, the Zood of Fu Man Finger. Fluffy, the Zood of Bones. Pilgrim, the Zood of Duke. There's another Mr. Dell. 10566, the Zood of Roz. I have all 5 variants. There's another Petro. Another Mr. Dell. Another Mitch. Another Banks. Another Butch. Another Roscoe. Brady, the Zood of Neil. So another Karloff. There's Zeppelin, the Zood of Zobo. Andy, the Zood of Adam. Melvin, the Zood of Cosmo. There's another 10566. Let's see. Nails, the Zood of Rick. Skippy, the Zood of Tiki. Dawn, the Zood of Slam. Jerry, the Zood of Campbell. There's another Roscoe. I think this is the rarest Roscoe. This is the white one. Another 10566. Another DJ. Gons, the Zood of Hunter. Brandon, the Zood of Jack. Hogan, the Zood of Dakota. This is the rarest variant of 10566. Came with the Black Roz. Another Mitch. Another Benedict. This is a really rare variant of Petro. I think that's the rarest variant of Petro. Another 10566. Fresh, the Zood of Grills. Another Spitz. Ken, the Zood of Hadou. TD, the Zood of Scott. Another Butch. This is the rarest variant of Butch. Very hard to find. Very lucky to have that one. Another variant of Petro. Boris, the Zood of Sergey. Venom, the Zood of Thunder. There's another Banks. Romeo, the Zood of Uzi, a very rare Zood. Another Azrael. This is a really rare Zood. Mutt, the Zood of Superfinger. And I think that's it. Oh, wait. 2 more. Aries, the Zood of Art, and another Mr. Dell. And the rest of these are doubles. So that is pretty much it. So, I know I'm also missing Malroy, who is the Zood of Draco. Damone, who's the Zood of Sven. Claus, who's the Zood of Splinter. I think there might be a couple others. I can't remember who they are off the top of my head. But that is it for my Zoods collection. Hope you guys enjoyed. I plan on doing more Tech Deck Dude videos. This is just an update to my Zood video that I made 6 years ago, but I should remember that I did make another Zoods video in, I think it was 2022. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Please be sure to like, comment, most importantly subscribe, and I will see you guys later.